Guys, this is Adam from Team Luxac, and I got a new deck profile today. It's Constellars. The deck is roughly like, I think it's like tier 2. It's really fun though, and like you can steal some wins at your locals if no one's like playing any type of Dragon Ruler variant. If like the only things there are like water or something like that, you can probably steal a win there, here or there. Just because like this deck can beat water really easily. The only really tough matchup that I see with the deck is Dragon Ruler variants. And like you can still steal wins against them too, but like it's just really difficult. But to start with the deck profile, it's really basic. There's a few texts in here that I really like, but for the most part it's pretty basic. I got the 3 costs, which I'm gonna go through this profile like you guys don't know what Constellars do, because I feel like not that many people do. So cost's effect is up to twice per turn, I can change the level of a Constellar by up or down by 1. So basically you have him on the field with another one of your Constellars, and then you level them both up to level 5 and make a Pleiades play, or you keep them at 4 and make your rank 4 plays. So basically you have a rank 3, 4, or 5 engine, depending on what you want to do. So it's really good. And you play 3 because it's like the core of the deck. Next you play Choco Pollux. Pollux allows you to gain additional normal summon once per turn. So, and you cannot use multiple Polluxes. So when you go, normally the play is going to be summon a Pollux, summon a cost, make them both 5, overlay Pleiades, and do plays off that. Or you can keep them 4s and do stuff like that. Now Pollux is the better card, but you also play the secondary card, which is called Constellar Algaty. Algaty's effect is similar to Pollux's, although it's special summons. So unfortunately, they can chain max to this and they can Veiler it, which is pretty bad because they can't Veiler this because this guy is unaffected by Veiler, similar to Evil Storm Caster. But this guy's just, you need him because the deck revolves around their rank or their Xyz plays. And this just gives you more Xyz plays. Next is the Kyrkion for the deck, 3 Constellar Sombre. He's essentially an Evil Storm Kyrkion. When he's on the field, you can banish a Constellar from your graveyard, and then add a Constellar from your graveyard to your hand, and you can additionally normal summon this turn. So what you can do is banish an Algaty or a Pollux from the graveyard, or another Sombre. Add back your cost, summon a cost, and Xyz into your rank 5s and 4s, depending on what you need to make. And since the entire deck is light, you're going to play Honest, of course. So Honest is too good. Now, Constellar Cost here is a Beast Warrior. So, why would you not play a Fire Fist engine? So, for my Fire Fist engine, I'm playing 2 Bear. I feel like 2 is pretty good. You can probably play 1 if you feel like it, but Bear's effect is way too good. So I feel like 2 is necessary. But that's just me. So that's all the monsters. Go to the spells. We play triple MST, because back row hurts this deck really badly. Because once you lose your advantage, it's really hard to get it back. So, triple space is pretty necessary. You can try Trapstone, but Trapstone's pretty bad. Just because most of the format, or most meta decks right now, which are Dragon Ruler variants, don't tend to play a lot of traps. So, they can be pretty dead. You play the 3 MSTs, you play 1 Dark Hole, because Dark Hole's really good. Double Lance again because of the back row that really hurts you. So like a bottomlessing of your costs or your TTs or something like that really hurt you, so you want to be able to protect your guys. Then 2 Tenki because again you play the bears and this can search out your costs, which is like the key for the deck. And this is as a consistency. And then for consistency purposes you're going to play 3 Duality as well, or how I play is 3 Duality, just because it gets your stuff to your hand. And you can normal summon Pollux, and you can normal summon again and attack with 2 monsters. So it's not that bad. And then as attack, I play 3 Upstart Goblin. Just because Upstart Goblin just gives you an extra draw and an extra 1,000 to your opponent. But with this deck, an extra 1,000 really doesn't matter because it's a control build, or like a control deck. So, like, if you get to your combo pieces, you'll have enough control of the game that you can deal an extra 1,000 pretty easily. And then the trap lineup is going to be the Summon Stoppers, which is a Warning, Compulse, TT, and Bottomless. Although Compulse is more versatile than just a Summon Stopper, it goes in this category. So you got those 4. Then you got the attack, the battlefield stuff, double Mirror Force, double Deep Riz, and then just so this deck can contend with those faster decks like Dragon Rulers and Mermails, you got the double Emptiness. So the play normally is going to be having your Pleiades on the field and have Emptiness, and you can return Emptiness to the hand with Pleiades effect, and then make it a second Pleiades or other Xyz, and then drop it again. So this card's really broken this deck. Now, for the Xyz. The extra deck is pretty simple. A lot of people only play rank 4s and 5s. with the M7 and a Gyro Charger, but I feel like since level or rank 3s are just as easy to make as rank 5s, I feel like one Zen mains would suffice for the rank 3 engine, or the rank 3 Xyz. Just because Zen mains is really good, and you do banish with Sombra's effect, but Levier it's kind of just bad. Zen mains is the best rank 3 in my opinion for the deck, as is my personal opinion, but you can change it however you want. Then for the rank 4s, Constellar for guys water matchups, Maestroke just because Maestroke is a really good card, and Maestroke is really good in certain situations which call for a card not being able to be destroyed a lot. Like I can point for point with this and detach a material, and then go Sombre, banish it, and do stuff like that. The Diamond Dyer for sticky situations I get stuck in, and a Cowboy. Now these are just the generic rank 4s I play. Cowboy steals game. I don't play Corn because Corn is kind of bad because you have to have it under 20 or 200 or lower, and not a lot of decks right now make those kind of guys. So then for like the light rank 4s, I play one Paladinimo. It's kind of iffy on this card. I might take it out, might not. It's just like it's good in certain situations, but bad in others. Omega because Omega is broken, and then this guy. I don't see a lot of people playing this guy, but it's pretty good. Once per turn during either player's battle phase, you can detach a material, and a Constellar monster you control gains 1,000 attack during damage calc. So you can't respond again to that. And it's like a little mini Honest or a mini Koloof, something like that. So, and this can get over a Blaster and a lot of bigger guys, and it can make your Pleiades or Omega get over bigger guys, but Omega and him have the same attack. Or your M7 or something like that. So it helps get over those big guys that you don't want to have to deal with. Now for the rank 5s. For the non-Constellar ones, I play one Tyrus, one Zenmayo, and one Volcasaurus. I play this over Adrius because I feel like I don't really need an Adrius right now. I feel like these cards are pretty much suffice for anything I need to do. Volcasaurus for the burn damage, and I can overlay a Gyro Charger for attacking. Tyrus will destroy stuff if I needed to, and it can't be destroyed. And Zenmayo just gets rid of all those back row that I don't want to deal with. And if I have a Zenmayo plus a Lance, I'm pretty much set as long as I don't have Warning. Then you play double Pleiades, because Pleiades is really good. So what Pleiades does is it's a spell speed 2 effect, so it's a quick effect. Once per turn during either player's turn, I can detach a material and return a card on the field to the hand. So I can return my opponent's back row they set at end phase, and then return a second back row that they set during my draw phase, or stuff like that to clear out their back row or clear off their field before I OTK them. But this deck really doesn't OTK, more controls the board, and this will be what I normally find myself doing is summoning this guy, keeping the 2 materials on, and setting like 3 back row, and use up my back row first and save his effects for like those cards that like are really hard to play around, like a Star Eater or something like that, because you can't respond to the summon of Star Eater and you can't respond to the attack. So like Pleiades is really good because you can just return to the extra when they attempt to enter their battle phase. So I like this card a lot, and it's pretty much like the Gazaris for this deck, like how Gladiators always want to make Gazaris. Constellars pretty much always want to make this guy if possible, if it's like the most ideal situation. Then a Constellar M7. What he does is you can detach a material and return a card from a monster. Yeah, you can return a monster on the field or in the graveyard to the owner's hand, and you can overlay him over any Constellar monster. So you can, or over any Constellar Xyz. So you can overlay over Pleiades, Omega, or Beehive here, and it's pretty good. So, and then the last card is Gyro Charger. Now, a play that I saw myself doing one time was I was playing Boujins, and they had a Quillen in attack position, and I had an Omega, and he had a few back row. He had 2 back row. So I attack into his Quillen with an Omega. He can change save zone on an Omega. So I'm like, oh awesome, or save zone on Quillen, so he couldn't die. Changes the defense and then passes turn. So what I decided to do was overlay for M7, which is an okay play, and then secondarily overlay for Gyro Charger. So then he can pierce the defense. So like if you need to, you can ladder up into a Gyro Charger off a rank 4 with this guy. So it's really helpful in that utility. Or returning a Sombre to hand and using Sombre's effect again. So the deck has a lot of like diverse plays it can make. Also, it's really, really control based. So if you don't like control decks, or you're not very good with like saving your back row until they're absolutely necessary, I would suggest not playing this deck. But I mean, it's really fun, and it's good for like casual play more so than competitive. But I mean, it can see competitive play sometimes. But personally, I prefer it as a fun deck more so than anything. That's why I trimmed it all out. So, yeah. So this is my deck profile. I'm going to be working on a synchro variant of the deck, which is very, very inconsistent at the moment, but I'm going to be working on it. And if you guys want to see it, comment down below. Tell me that you guys want to look at that synchro variant, because it's really fun. So yeah, so this is the profile, guys. See you later. This is Adam, signing out.